Wow. Wasn't part one like mind blowing? Listen, if you didn't listen to part one and you happen to stumble on part two, please stop. Go listen to part one of Paul's testimony and all the characteristics of narcissism, and then come back to part two. But if you did listen to part one, I hope you did check out these journals. These are paramount for your growth, paramount for asking the right questions to see if your relationship is on track or if your personal relationship is growing. Now, these three here, okay, this is for dating, this is for engaged, this is for Christian, soul searching, engaging, deep dive, and this is for married couples. 365 questions to empower and enrich your relationship. Now, let's remember this. There's links below that you got to click on, links to the all of the characteristics that you need to know, so you don't even have to take notes. It's all there for you. Just click the link, get a free download, and then you can do your checklist to see, do I know anyone in my life that has any of the characteristics? Hey, it may be you yourself. Do I have any of these characteristics? Let's pray about it. Now, listen to the end because you're going to hear the secret sauce of how they operate. You want to listen to the end of this. This is epic. Now, do me a favor. Pass these two videos on to 10 people, please, because you never know. They may need it just as much or even more than you do. They may know someone who has these issues. They may have. You don't know. We just want to help people waken their eyes. Let's do some self-reflection. Let's see how our circle of friends are, and let's heal and grow together, shall we? All right, start playing.
All right, so the next one that we have here is number 16.
Uh-huh.
It's called an intentional argument.
Intentional. Oh my goodness.
Intentional
Intentional
argument.
argument. Oh,
Yeah.
wow. Explain
Oh
that.
boy. So, what is an intentional argument? An
Ah,
intentional argument is when someone or the narcissist
right,
starts an argument to
right.
make you feel confused,
Okay.
upset, sad, and other emotions so that they can use it against you at a later date or ruin your day on purpose. And this happens a lot,
Wow.
yo. This happens a lot more than you think.
Okay.
So, for example, and just a note before I go into the example, the
Right,
argument can be about anything. It can
right.
be about anything. Now, let's say you are supposed to be going to a barbecue and
Okay.
you tell them we are running late.
Right.
But then they, the narcissist, will say it's just a barbecue. Who cares if we're late? And
Okay.
by the way, my wife did this to me before, and
Okay.
you know,
Okay.
just letting y'all know this. We are late, and then she's like, "Who cares if we are late?" And then an argument ensues because they, the narcissist, wants to make you feel all these emotions, and they want to ruin your day on purpose.
Mm-hmm.
Now, when you get to the barbecue, you're upset because now your day's blown up because you just finished an argument that just happened out of nowhere. Now you're drained and you're upset and you still have these feelings. You're feeling all these emotions. You're upset. People are
Right.
wondering what's wrong and you don't want to talk about it. And then
Right.
they, the narcissist, will
Yeah.
say they're always like this or they're just tired.
Uh-huh.
And
Uh-huh.
now that barbecue is ruined. The whole
Right.
day is ruined and
Right.
your energy is drained. Now
Right.
you're just nothing's
Yeah.
good.
And
Now,
they're
and
good. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
just a note here though. The narcissist loves, get this, the
Mm-hmm.
narcissist loves seeing you suffer. For
Oh,
example, showing emotions of anger, sadness, and confusion. The narcissist loves this. They get off.
wow.
This is their supply. They get supply from this. And the sad thing is, and I'm sorry to say this, I have to say this. Narcissists look at people, individuals, human beings like me and you.
Right.
They look at people as
Wow.
supply, as
Wow.
opportunities. What can I take what can I take from this supply source, this source of this human
Wow.
being here, this supply source? What can I take from them and then throw them away like a sheet of paper after? That's
Wow.
what I'm going to do. I'm just going to take what I can from them, and then I'm going to chuck them away like a sheet of paper, and then I'm going to jump onto the new supply, and then I'm
Right.
going to treat them the exact way I treated that person. And then
Right.
it's a cycle. It's a cycle
Right.
that keeps going, that keeps
Right.
going,
Right.
that keeps going. Okay? So keep this in mind. So that's an intentional argument. So now number 17.
Mhm.
Guys, we're coming down to the wire. So pay attention. Pay
Okay.
attention. Number 17 is what's called guilt tripping.
Oh boy. Ah, ah.
Guilt tripping.
Woo. Mercy.
Guilt tripping. Guilt tripping.
Mm,
What is a guilt trip? It's
mm,
when someone or the narcissist
mhm,
makes you feel bad for doing
mhm.
something that you want to do by making it seem as though you are a bad person for doing it. So, for example, you say, I will be going to watch sports with some friends. And then they, the narcissist, says, okay, it's not like you care about spending time with me anyway. And now you feel bad. Now you feel bad
That's a
for
low
them.
blow.
And now you're confused
Yeah.
because you know you spend time with them every day. And
Yeah.
now all of a sudden you don't feel like going to the sports with your friends
Right. Right. Right.
because now the narcissist has just twisted it. Now you feel
Right.
guilty for them.
Yeah. 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 Yeah.
Just just a note again, I'm noting this again and really pay attention to this. Note, they, the narcissists, love to see you feel bad and will take your care as you not caring. Isn't that weird? Isn't
Woo.
that tricky?
Woo. They
Right?
love to see you feel bad.
Yeah, love
And,
it. They
mm,
take your care as uncaring. They don't see it as you caring about them. They take it
oh.
as you don't care.
Oh, wow.
So
That's
now it's twisted again. It's twisted. And this is what narcissists get off on, guys. This is
mm,
what, pay attention. This is what they love. They love seeing people under pressure. They love seeing people explain them. That's another thing. Narcissists love when people explain themselves when they don't have to, when they didn't do anything wrong. They love that. It gives them energy. Isn't that nasty, kind of?
mm,
It gives someone energy to see people in their worst state of mind. Isn't that nasty? A
mm,
little bit?
mm,
Yeah,
mhm,
yeah.
mhm.
So so I just want to mention this. So these are all the traits of narcissist. We were
Wow.
not taught. Now get this. These are all the traits of narcissists. We weren't taught about all of these in school. We didn't know that
Woo!
gaslighting, guilt
Yeah.
tripping, all
I
this
didn't know
stuff
about
existed.
all this. Yeah.
We didn't know about all this stuff before it came out.
Yeah.
Sadly, many people are experiencing these right now. Right now,
Yeah.
as me and Angie are creating this presentation,
Right. Right.
many people around the globe, these could
Right.
be your next door neighbors, your
Wow.
friends, anybody,
Your
a lot of
family.
people are experiencing this right
Yeah.
now. Family members experiencing it right now, and many people
It
have
could
no
be someone
idea.
watching it, right? Watching this right now. They
Yeah,
can have it.
yeah,
So I would suggest if you're watching this, do a checklist. Ask yourself, am I
yeah.
doing any of these things? You know, because a
I would
narcissist
suggest,
never admit they're a
yeah,
narcissist, right? I don't know any narcissist that says, "Yeah, I'm a narcissist." Like, really? Are you serious? just that's just unless they went through therapy and they acknowledged it and now they're, that's the high end.
yeah.
Those are the
That
high
ain't
end.
happening. That ain't happening. That ain't happening, man. That's not happening.
Oh my
But
God.
but but nonetheless, get this. When
Mm.
dealing with a narcissist, you have two options. Here's the only two options you got.
Get out and
Use
run.
what is yeah,
Yeah.
hold on. Hold on
Okay.
here.
Yeah.
Use these two options. Use what is called gray rocking, like I talked about earlier, meaning become very boring and dull and use one
Okay.
word answers and talk. The most you should talk about if you're gray rocking is the weather. Say the weather's nice outside, and that's it.
Okay.
And then just leave it at that. And then, funny story about that. I remember when I was with my wife and I started talking about the weather. So she started wanting to talk to me. And then I was just like, I'm okay. And then I said, the weather, like, I was really boring. I was becoming dull and boring towards her. And I said, the weather's nice outside. It's really nice out. And then you know what happened? She
Mm.
started actually getting upset. she then turned her head and looked at me, and then she came over to me and she's like, "Why are you mad at me?" And I'm just like, and then I just stayed silent. I didn't say anything. And
Mm,
then she's like, "You know what? If we're gonna argue like this, I don't think that I should be here. I should just leave." And
mm,
then I just stood there and I just said, "Okay."
mm, mm.
Yeah. So that gets narcissists upset. So when that's when they know that it's gonna be time to get the new supply. Remember I talked about the
Yeah,
supply?
yeah, yeah,
That's
yeah.
when they know that they're gonna start going to get the new supply, the other person, for when they get rid of you. Okay?
Right,
But
right,
we're
right.
gonna go into that.
Okay.
Now, the second option, that was option one. Number two is leave them and cut them out completely. You have to block these people on social media, including everyone associated with them, and you have to move as far away from them as you can. That's your only two options with dealing with a narcissist. Okay, but I don't. The thing is, number one, when I said gray rocking, I don't recommend that just because 9 out of 10 people have a hard time with just becoming dull and boring and keeping
Right,
their emotions inside because
right,
we're humans. We're
right.
creatures of habit. We need
Yeah,
to be able
yeah.
to let our emotions out. And you
Yes.
can't do that forever. It's
Right,
impossible to do that forever.
right,
All right.
right,
All
right, right,
right.
right.
So the last thing I'm going to talk about here is what's
Yeah.
called the narcissist equation. Uh oh.
Okay. Oh,
The
uh-oh.
narcissist,
I'm setting up. Okay.
the
Equal.
narcissist equation within
Okay.
narcissist relationships and marriages.
Mm.
This is what we're going to talk about. The narcissist equation goes like this.
Mm-hmm.
This is how narcissists go through life, and
Yes.
this is how they go throughout relationships, marriages. This is what narcissists are doing right now. So I'm gonna mention the equation, and I'm gonna go through and explain each part of the equation so that it makes sense to y'all. Okay, so pay
All
attention.
right. All right.
Pen and paper, pay attention.
I've got
All
it.
right.
Got it.
First, all right. Beautiful, Angie. I'm glad. I'm glad. So here we go.
Yes.
The equation goes like this.
Mm-hmm.
Love bomb. Love
Love.
bomb.
Okay.
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 After love bomb
Mm-hmm.
is devaluation.
Oh.
Devaluation.
Okay. Okay.
Devaluation. And then after devaluation
Okay.
comes the discard.
Ooh.
Discard.
Okay.
Discard.
Okay.
And then you can make a note of this. At times, just make that note. At times, there's what's called a Hoover.
Oh, Hoover.
A
Okay.
Hoover at times. And
Okay.
I'm going to explain each of these, I promise. So that's the narcissist equation in a nutshell, okay?
Mm-hmm.
Make note of that. Love bomb, devaluation, discard, and at times a Hoover. So I'm going to go through them right now. So pay attention. Get your pen and paper
Yes.
out, pay
I
attention,
got my,
and let's get into it.
I'm writing.
Yeah.
This is good stuff, man. All right. I hate,
Oh my
listen,
gosh.
I'm
Oh,
forever a student, okay? Forever a student.
yeah.
So let's go.
Yeah.
Let's do
Yeah.
the love
All
bomb.
right. All right. What is a love bomb?
Mm-hmm.
Love bombing is when someone showers you with unreasonably high amounts of love in forms of saying, I love you, you mean everything to me, in 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 form of many gifts and presents, and now
Mm-hmm.
you feel like you have struck gold, but something may feel too good to be true, and that things are moving fast. And before you know it, you're now in a relationship, or you have a business with them, you have kids, or you're married. Now
Mm-hmm.
you're wondering, is something wrong? Is there something that's too good to be true? And the truth is, guys, there is something too good to be true. It is too good to be true. And this
Okay.
is something narcissist. This is, listen, this is narcissist. This is a narcissist weapon to get people hooked onto them. This is what they do.
Okay.
And this is what they're doing right now. They do the love bomb because it's so easy, because then people don't realize that they just say, okay, this I haven't been in a relationship before where somebody is making me feel so good and making me feel so important. No one's ever made me feel this way. This is
Okay.
what the narcissists do, because they know that a lot of people do not know what a love bomb is or what the narcissist abusive cycle. This is what's called the narcissist abusive cycle. This is what it is. It's a cycle. Remember what I said, guys, earlier? It's
Right,
a
right,
cycle. Okay?
right, 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 right.
when you said I love you back, the day when you say to the narcissist that you love them,
Mm.
the narcissist now knows that they have you. They know that they have you locked down. And
Okay.
then they will slowly start the devaluation stage. That's when the devaluation stage starts. So,
Okay.
question here. I want to put a pin in on the love bomb. So,
Okay.
question people are going to ask is, how long does the love bomb stage actually last?
Right.
How
Right.
long is it? Well,
Once?
that's a good question.
Yeah.
The answer to that question is it depends on the person.
Okay.
Sometimes the love bomb stage can last only about 2 or 3 months.
Okay.
Sometimes. For me personally, the
Yeah.
love bomb stage lasted 3 years for me. That's how long it lasted for me.
Okay.
And so once that stops, the
Mhm.
devaluation stage comes in. And this is also known as the narcissist abuse stage. This is when they start to put on all the glossary of terms that I talked to you guys about that you were paying attention to. This is when they start doing all those things.
So this is the
Okay.
emotional abuse, not physical.
Well, that's a good Angie. Hey, listen, Angie, listen.
Yeah.
Narcissists, they abuse you emotionally, at
Right.
times physically,
Right.
because my narcissist wife, she actually put her hands on me twice. Let me
Oh,
put that
okay.
out there. Okay.
Okay.
They abuse people too physically. They'll put your hands on you when they feel the need to. Okay.
Okay. All right. Okay.
They
So
abuse emotionally.
mostly emotional.
Yeah, mostly emotionally, physically, financial abuse. They abuse you financially as well.
Okay.
They up yeah. Oh, listen. They abuse you financially as well. They
Okay.
abuse you spiritually. Spiritual abuse is another thing as
Right.
well that they have in their arsenal. Yeah.
Yeah.
Listen, they put all this stuff on you, but they do it insidiously so that you don't figure out that they're actually a narcissist. Okay.
Okay. Okay.
So
All right.
let me talk about the devaluation stage. The
Mm-hmm.
devaluation stage, this is a very dangerous and
Okay.
evil place to be.
Yeah.
Also known as the trauma bond. Put that down. Trauma bond. A trauma bond. Or the narcissist. These two are interchangeable. Different names for two, okay? Because now you don't understand why you are being treated like all the things in the glossary terms. You don't understand it. And
Right.
now what you're trying to do at this stage, you're trying to get back. You're trying to get back to that love bomb stage where you
Right.
were before, where everything was great. You guys were in love with each other, and you're wondering, where
Right.
did all this go? What happened?
Okay.
Right?
Right.
So during this stage, during this devaluation stage, the narcissist would like to see how much of the devaluation you can handle. That's what they're looking at. That's what the narcissist is
Okay.
doing. They're
Okay.
looking at how much is this supply source going to deal with when I'm devaluing them. Once they
Okay.
see, once the narcissist sees
Right.
that your finances have taken a hit, meaning your
Right.
finances have gone to zero,
Right.
once they see that your health take, because believe it or not, when you're in a relationship or a marriage with a narcissist, your health is going to definitely take a hit.
Wow.
I remember when I was with mine, I started feeling these pains in my stomach, and I found out because I called the doctor and I reached out because I've never felt a pain like this before in my life. And what
Wow.
they said was that you have what's called acid reflux. And I
Okay.
was like, what? I've never had this before in my life. I'm the
Right.
healthiest person, one of the healthiest people in the world. How do I
Right.
have acid reflux? And then they're like, well, acid reflux, the reason why it happens is because your diet, it could also be amount of stress, a lot of
Right.
stress in,
And
and
that would be
this
stress.
that
Yeah.
would be stress. So
Hmm.
I didn't realize how much stress I had going on in my life because I was dealing with a narcissist for so long. Okay?
Mm.
They're
Wow.
gonna see that your health, once your health takes a hit, that's number two. They see that once they see that you lost your job, once they see that all your resources are gone, so your family, friends, etc., because they blew up all your resources. They done told your family and your friends and everybody how much of a bad person that you are, how much of a
Right,
terrible person you've been to the narcissist, when you
right,
were nothing like that to the narcissist. It was all a lie. It was all a lie.
right, right, right. Yeah,
Once they see all your resources are gone, once they see that you figure out that they are in fact a narcissist, some people find out that they're actually dealing with a narcissist. Other
right.
people never find this out. A
Yes,
narcissist could be in a marriage or a relationship for 50 years and person never finds out that they're
right,
dealing with a narcissist.
right,
Or if there's a death in the family, you have a death in the family. So your brother, sister, whomever passes away. This, get this, pay attention.
all right,
This, this is a crucial moment that you need to be aware of.
right.
Then the narcissist will discard you out of left field and you're not going to see it coming.
Mm,
Meaning they're going to divorce you out of nowhere or just cut ties with you completely out of nowhere. Some of y'all might walk into your house and see your house empty, everything's gone.
yeah.
Some of y'all might even come to your house and see a note on your desk saying
Mm-hmm.
that this person never loved you and that they have moved on out of nowhere. Some of y'all might even come home and then see the narcissist there and they might just discard you right there. Say, I'm done. I'm
Right,
leaving you. I want
right.
nothing to do with you. This
Mm,
is what's called the discard. So,
okay.
y'all, make sure you take note of all the things just before I mentioned the discard in the devaluation stage. If
Mm,
you feel that your health is taking a hit,
mm-hmm.
if you lose your job, if your finances go to zero, if there's a death in your family, just know for
It's
yo,
coming
listen to
back.
me. Listen to me. At one point in my when I was with the narcissist,
Mm,
my aunt
mm,
she passed away from bile duct cancer,
okay,
unfortunately.
okay.
Bless her heart. She's gone now, all right?
Yes.
When I told my wife about this, when I told her that the funeral's coming up,
Mm-hmm. What
she
happened?
said, I will be coming to the funeral. She assured me that she was going to be by my side. Guess what happened? The day of the funeral, she said to me, I have an appointment with my psychiatrist.
Mm. Which she probably didn't have before.
Which she probably did have before. But get this, I was hoping that my wife was gonna be there by my side with me at my funeral as we're all grieving for my aunt. That's
Yeah,
what I thought.
yeah.
She was nowhere to be found.
Wow.
Nowhere. And I even told my family that, hey, y'all, it's going to be me and my wife. We'll be attending ahead of time because that was another thing. My wife would, what she would do was that we would plan things ahead of time because that was my wife in a nutshell. She always liked to want things planned ahead of time. But
Ah,
then when those things came up, then she would say, oh, I forgot. Something came up. I can't
right,
do this right now.
right,
That's what narcissists do. You know what that's called? They
right.
call that gaslighting because what they're doing is they're saying, okay, that was planned, but then they say, oh, you didn't say that. We
Yeah,
didn't plan it that time. And then
yeah,
you're scratching your head like, what?
yeah,
Talking about? I took notes on this. I put this in my calendar. And
yeah,
now this person is saying, oh, that didn't happen.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
That's what's
It
called
sounds
gaslighting.
like
So
they pre-planned. It sounds like they knew the date was coming, but they decided I don't
yep,
want to go to that, so let me pre-plan something else so that I don't go, and then I'll give them the excuse like, "Oh, something came up," or you know what I mean, right?
yeah, exactly, Angie. And what I'm saying, this is what narcissists do all the time. They do this all the time. They want to make people doubt themselves so that then the person can say, "Oh, I apologize." That's
Right,
listen. That's one thing that narcissists love. They love when people, the victim says, "I apologize. I'm sorry," because
right.
the narcissist knows that they cannot be sorry. If they say sorry, then it's a fake sorry, and they're gonna end up doing the same thing over and over and over and over again. So, y'all, listen, that's the discard. That's what the discard is. And the question people ask about the discard is, did the narcissist know when they were good? Did the narcissist know that they were going to discard you? Did they know? And
Mm,
the answer is that yes, the
mm.
narcissist knew that they were going to discard you. And the discard, believe it or not, it was planned. They know
Wow.
likely when they are going to, because here's the thing about narcissists. The truth is, when narcissists meets you, they study people. That's what
Right.
they do. Now, some of you are gonna say, "What? They study people?" Yeah, 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 yeah. They study people, and
Right.
they do it in a way that you will never figure out that they're actually studying you. So, for example, when I
Okay.
was with my wife, a lot of the times I would catch her staring at me. Now, many people are gonna say staring at you, but people stare. That's okay. But no, 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 no. Listen to me carefully. This particular stare, she was like staring at me, like studying me, like she was looking at me, like trying to figure out something, find things out about me. Like she was doing one of those study stares that people do to other people, and she was studying me so that she could see for
Mm,
later on how
right.
she could abuse me. But see,
Right.
the thing is, and I'll tell you guys the truth, and it's gonna sound a little too good to be true to some of y'all.
Right.
When my wife sent me a note on my phone, and it was as long as my phone,
Mm-hmm.
about how she never loved me and that she wanted to leave me and separate. She's gonna come for her stuff. She's done with me. Get this.
Mm-hmm.
I did not feel bad. I was
Okay.
not broken. And
Okay.
here's the reason why I was not broken.
Okay.
Because because from the beginning I sensed that something was not right with her. And I
Okay.
knew at some point that this marriage, that this situation that we had going on between each other, it was going to end at some point.
Okay.
But see, the thing is, I was not educated enough on
Right.
narcissism.
That's
I
right.
was not educated to know that people just
Right.
go,
Yeah.
that
Yeah.
they just
Yeah.
leave,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Okay,
Exactly.
okay. No. These things, I want you guys to take note of these things in the devaluation, just so that when the devaluation comes up for y'all in these relationships, you know that you should remove yourself, because you know that you're dealing with a narcissist. This is a
Right.
narcissist you're dealing with. And
Right.
the sad thing is, I'm going to tell you guys this. It's
Right.
very sad, but get this. I don't emphasize that anybody go to counseling or
Mhm.
therapy for this type of abuse. And here is why. Because I never did it. I never went to any counseling or therapy after all this. I didn't.
Okay.
And
Okay.
here's the reason why. I'm going to
Oh,
answer that because many of you are going to say, why not? Why not? It's help. You're telling somebody who's experienced.
right.
No. The truth is, I would say 9 out of 10
Mhm.
counselors and therapists are not educated and are not trained on dealing with narcissistic abuse. And I'm going to say something that's going to blow your minds.
Okay.
Believe it or not, believe it or not,
Some of
a
them are
lot of
narcissists themselves.
there's a lot of therapists and counselors are narcissists themselves.
I knew it. I knew you were gonna say that. Oh, mercy.
Yeah,
Mercy.
believe it or not, a
Oh
lot
my
of them are
God.
narcissists themselves. So here's the thing. Here's the thing.
Not
What
me.
I emphasize, you
I'm
guys.
not one of them. By the grace of God, have mercy. Thank you, Jesus. I just have to say that. You can count on me. Because man, I pray to God over everybody. I coach everybody. Oh yes.
Listen. Here's the thing. What you should do once you've gotten out of that narcissistic, now that you've been educated by me, what you do when you know that you've dealt with that this is a narcissist, remove yourself before it is too late. Do
Oh,
not well, actually, you know what? Here's the thing. Here's what I'm going to tell you guys. I'm going to recorrect that actually.
oh.
I would say let the narcissist discard you. And here's the reason why.
Yeah, but
And
that
some
could
of you are
be
going to be,
years. That
listen, narcissists, what they pride themselves on. Remember what I said earlier.
mm,
Narcissists love to be in control.
right. Yes, yes, yes.
They love to be in control. And
Right.
so when a narcissist is in control, when
Yeah,
they know that they've won, it makes them happy. It makes them feel
right.
good.
Of course.
But
Right.
but when a narcissist knows that you have discarded them,
Right.
they're going to make it seem as though you are a bad person,
Right. That's true. Yes.
and they're going to do anything to destroy you. They will do anything from getting the authorities involved They will
Right.
get the police involved and say, "Oh, this person threatened to kill me. This
Right,
person is a bad person," and blah blah
right,
blah
right,
blah. Like
right,
they will do anything. They
right,
will flip the narrative any way that they can because
right,
they are so good. They're trained on manipulating the
right.
situation so
Yeah.
that they believe them.
Okay.
So what I emphasize, guys,
Mm-hmm.
is once you're aware of the devaluation stage, once
Mm-hmm.
you're aware of that stage, do everything you can to protect yourself by gray rocking, becoming dull and boring.
Okay.
Become dull and become boring.
Okay.
Stay a distance from them. If it
Mm-hmm.
means staying away from the house for
Mm-hmm.
a while, if it means going to a family, a trusted friend, or whatever,
Yep,
do
yep,
that.
yep.
Go to a trusted friend's house.
Right,
Stay in different parts of the house.
right.
Protect yourself.
Mm-hmm.
Okay? That's what you do when you find out that the devaluation stage is underway. That's what you're supposed to do. Okay?
Right. But what's a who?
Now, a Hoover is when the narcissist, I know this is going to sound nasty to some of y'all. It's going to sound really disgusting, but pay attention.
Okay.
A
Okay.
Hoover is when the narcissist is trying to draw you back in to the relationship or the marriage you have with them.
Right.
They try to draw you back in through a Hoover. Now, I'm going to emphasize this, guys. Everyone pay attention. Do not, and I repeat, do not accept the Hoover. Do
Okay.
not accept it. The narcissist is going to flip the narrative any way that they can to get you to come back to them. How are they going to do the Hoover? The question is, how do you know if you're being Hoovered? Okay, here's
Mm-hmm.
the answer. The answer is they will either, so if you have a house, let's say you're married to these people, let's say you're married to the narcissist, they will try to come back to the house and they will say, "Give me another chance. I've changed. I've seen God. I've gotten therapy. I've been to a counselor. I realized that what I did to you was wrong." They
Right.
will try to paint it the best way that they can. And believe it or not, when they hoover you and you if you accept the hoover, that
Mm-hmm.
hoover could last a week, it could last a month, it could last a day, it could last a year, it could last the rest of your life.
Mm-hmm.
But essentially what they're doing is they're drawing you back in because what the narcissist is trying to do is they're trying to gauge two things. They want to see if you have figured out that they're a narcissist.
Mm-hmm.
Second thing is they want to see if you have healed. They want to see if you have if you're doing much better. That's why they hoover people back. Sometimes they don't, but at times I would say out of eight or nine out of 10 times, the narcissist is going to hoover their victims, and that's what a hoover is. But I repeat again and again, do not. If there's anything I want y'all to take away from this narcissism thing I preached today, do
Right.
not
Oh,
accept the hoover. Do not go back because they will paint the picture any way they can. And
right.
once you say yes to them, once you say yes to their hoover and they come back and you invite them back into your life,
Mm-hmm.
they
Mm-hmm.
are going to destroy you.
Wow.
It's going to go much worse the second time. You think,
Oh, wow.
listen to me, listen to me.
Mm.
If you think you're strong enough for a narcissist to destroy you again, you
Wow.
better you better make sure that you are 100% sure that it is that you're tough enough because nobody, and I repeat, nobody, listen to me. And I'm about to say something that might trigger some of y'all. The
Mm.
narcissist is the devil. Okay? The
Mercy.
narcissist
Yeah.
is the devil.
Yeah.
They
They
are
have
devil.
devilish
They are the
traits.
devil's agents.
Right.
Okay?
Right.
So
Right.
make sure because that's what all the stuff that I explained to you guys just now are
Mhm.
things that the devil has done, and he
Ooh.
is the
Yeah.
devil. The
Yeah.
devil is delusional.
Yeah.
God in the Bible already killed him. He's dead.
Mhm.
So doesn't that tell you that the devil is delusional? So
Mm.
then that means that narcissists are also delusional and they're
Right.
also the devil. Okay?
Right. Right. Right.
That's my teaching. That's my thing on narcissist abuse.
Mhm.
Listen, if you wanna let's say that you're in a narcissistic relationship or marriage, or let's say that you're trying to figure out, is my spouse a narcissist, the
Right.
person I'm marrying, Am I going to be
Or
marrying a
am I
narcissist?
dating someone a narcissist? Yeah.
Dating a narcissist? Is my friend a narcissist? Am I dealing? Okay, in general, am I dealing with a narcissist? If
Right.
you have any questions, if
Yeah.
you want to talk to me, if you want
Yeah.
to have one-on-one with me,
Right.
I encourage you, take down my email. My
Right.
email. If you want to email me, get in touch with me, no problem. My
And then
email, and I'm
we'll
going to
put
give
it
it
in
to
the
you.
chat. We'll put that in the
We'll
chat.
put it in the chat, and I will mention my email right here. It
Right.
goes like this: paul.wisdom underscore 03 at hotmail.com. That
Okay.
is my email. If you want to reach me, if you want to talk to me, even
Right.
if you want to just have a conversation, reach out to me by email. I promise I will do the best I can to reach back out. I
Right.
will speak to you. I'll give you my insight on what I see, on what I know, and
Right.
then you can talk. You can ask me any questions, by the way.
Right.
There's
Right.
no such thing as stupid questions for me. now
Right.
now
Right.
get this. A lot
Right.
of people are going to say there's no such thing as stupid questions, but then they're going to, then when you ask them a stupid question, then they're going to say that's a stupid question, why are you
Right.
asking me
Yeah. Yeah.
listen, that ain't me. I
Yeah.
ain't like that.
Yeah.
If
Yeah.
you
Yeah.
have a question, any question, I don't care what it is, ask
Excellent.
me, and I will, and I promise I will give you an answer to your question
Yeah.
should you have a question.
Yeah,
So
because
that's my
people
thing.
want answers, right? So no question is a stupid question. They want answers.
No question is a stupid question. So now that I've covered my teaching on narcissist abuse, I hope that this helps a lot of y'all.
It
I know
will.
that a lot of y'all, I know that a lot of y'all need help, and I know that this thing, narcissism, is becoming more prevalent. It's
Right.
becoming more of a talk. Everybody is talking about it now. A lot of
Yes,
people are becoming awakened and aware to this thing.
that's
And
right.
so I do my best to spread awareness on it,
Good.
however way I can.
Good,
Okay?
absolutely, absolutely. And
Yes.
I would
Yes.
and I would
So
actually say, we're gonna have to have a part two. We're gonna have to talk about your chef and your cooking and stuff like that. Because I would have to say that this needs to be schooled, this needs to be educated. Teenagers need to know about this, especially when they're entering into young adults. Young adults need to know about this because you don't want to be trapped early and then you're damaged for, for many years. And I'm glad you taught me a lot of stuff today. I knew stuff about narcissism, but I didn't know as much as I know now. And I think this was epic. People need to know about this. I hope you come up with a book, brother. I hope you come. I hope you come up with some stuff that people can get more information from. So I'm just gonna say, you know what? People, you need to reach out to him, educate yourself. I hope you wrote every single one of these points down and go through this checklist. It was what, 18 of them? And go through the checklist and just say, okay, is the person I'm talking to, or no, or dating, or engaged, or married, do they have this? Check, check, check. And if they got a list, man, you know what to do, right? You know what to do. So, and even if they have one or two, I don't know if they are completely a narcissist, but it's still a behavior that needs to be corrected. All these behaviors are not acceptable. None of them.
yeah, yeah. And listen. One more, I want to mention another thing. Rule of thumb, when dealing with when trying to figure it out, my rule of thumb, if you ever feel like you're being confused when talking to a person, like you feel like you're second guessing yourself all the time. I mean, one time is okay because you're trying to reason and you guys are two totally different people. But if
Right,
every time you talk to this person, you feel like you're second guessing and you feel like you have to explain, you have to give a report, and you
right,
feel
right,
just drained out,
right.
I would say run for the hills and
Yes.
do yourself a favor and protect yourself,
Amen.
because that's a lot of the times how narcissists come out. They like to confuse.
Right.
That's what they thrive on. They thrive on confusing people, and they
Yes.
thrive on draining people's energy. If someone said to you, "I need to talk to you for 10 minutes about something," and then the conversation goes to 2 hours, then
Yeah.
you should run for the hills because they've just taken your time, they've
Yeah.
taken your energy, and
Right.
they've taken most of the things from you. Okay?
Right.
So that's
Right.
something else.
Wow, I learned so much. My mind is like, I'm telling you, I'm so glad that guy that I dated that I told you about, I'm glad in 3 weeks I figured it out. I'm telling you, I would have been damaged. To be honest with you, I thought I was in 3 weeks. I was like, I was like, something's with this guy. There's just, I had to call a girlfriend of mine, and because it was her husband that introduced us, and I was like, we figured it out, and we were like, yep, she agreed. She's like, yep, he definitely is. So we prayed over him. We even fasted over him. We even told him we did all. And I tell you, it was a good thing I that God just opened my eyes. And it's so prevalent now. It's sad. There's a lot of people out there wearing this garb. They don't even realize it's like a wolf in sheep clothing, to be honest with you. And it's
Oh yeah.
like a demonic force has come over and swept over a lot of people. And it's sad, though. It's sad. But we have to be aware. We have to be vigilant. We have to guard our heart. We have to love ourselves. Because if we love ourselves, we don't accept that kind of behavior. And so we got to learn how to love ourselves even more in Christ, right? And I think that's something that we definitely need to learn. Thank you so much for educating me, for educating us, educating the world. I pray that you, my friend, will. Those of you that are watching, that you'll share this video to everybody, because there's somebody that you know, or you thought you knew, or maybe you didn't know well, but now you know, is a narcissist. There's some in your pool of circle, out of 50 people, somebody is a narcissist, or maybe even 25. So I beg you, I plead with you, share this video far and wide. Get educated, go through the list, and maybe we can have Paul have a list for you. He does have links. He does have a website, right? You have a website. You can check him out and all the stuff there. Talk to him. He will coach you to get out. Get out now. Okay. All right. So this has been, thank you so much, Paul, for Paul Wisdom dropping wisdom. All right. He was just dropping
I'm
wisdom.
trying my best to live by it.
He was just dropping some wisdom. And thank you for you learned a valuable lesson for the rest of your life. Unfortunately,
Oh,
I'm sorry that it
yeah,
had to happen like that. A lot of us
yeah,
married the wrong person, right? And as a
yeah.
coach, and I've done a marriage series, I did a 4-part
Mhm.
marriage series on perfecting your marriage in the sanctuary. Um, and also, I'm doing a relationship series for 5 weeks. I can tell you right now that a lot of people make the number one mistake by not doing the checklist that you said, not going through problems early, and not asking God, is this the one I should marry? Because I'm pretty sure God would have said, no, I don't think so. This ain't the one, right? And a lot of us, we got to get to this a point where we need to accept the fact that the one we fell in love with is not the one that you're going to spend the rest of your life with, right? We need to accept that fact.
You know what that's called, Angie? That's
Mm.
called radical acceptance. You should write that one down too.
Yeah, radical
Radical
acceptance.
acceptance.
Yeah,
Yeah,
you add that. You add that to your list. We need to radically accept the truth, right? Because the
yeah.
truth will set you free.
Set you
I don't know
free.
about you, but I've been set free today. And I hope you will be set free. Thank you so much for being on this podcast, Paul. We will have you again for part 2.
Yeah,
All right,
yeah.
folks. He's going to talk about being a chef. The computer agrees with me. He is going to talk about the chef world, and the positive, but the not so positive, right? The pros and the
Yeah,
cons of what
yeah,
it's like to be a chef, or working. Did you work in a kitchen, or
yeah.
yeah, working in the
I've
kitchen,
done the, yeah,
working in
done
the
it.
restaurants. The
Industry. Yeah,
picture is not as pretty as you like. Okay, so that is a whole experience he wants to share. You want to hear his testimony because he's going to testify. And I just want to thank you again, Paul. You have been on Serving Purpose podcast. You just served a purpose for us. And I pray that those of you who are watching will do the same. All right, take care. Is there one final comment you want to say?
I want to say thank you so much, everyone, for joining me on this podcast. I hope that everything I explained was insightful. I hope that you
Mhm.
guys have all learned something from this.
Mm-hmm.
Like I said, don't be shy. If you have questions, if you have things you want to say, if you want to rant, if you want to talk, we keep this between us. I don't spread anything like that. Talk to me. Don't be shy. Don't be a stranger. I sent my email out there, paul.wisdom_03@hotmail.com.
Mm-hmm.
You can definitely reach out to me, and we can definitely have conversations. I do encourage you guys to put these things into practice
Mm-hmm.
because believe it or not, these people
Mm-hmm.
get this, they do not change, they get worse over time. Your
Mm-hmm.
relationship, you might think that you can change them, but the
Right.
truth is you cannot
Right.
change them.
Right.
9 out of 10
Yeah.
narcissistic relationships and marriages have an expiration date.
Yeah.
They do.
Unless
They do.
God gets a hold of them and they do a
Yeah. Yeah.
transformation like a Saul into a Paul, unless
Yeah.
get God grips them and say, hey, this is not
Yeah.
the way I want you to,
Yeah.
you not acting the way you're supposed to be, you're not being a child of God, this is not the character
Mhm.
of Christ. Unless they surrender and say, okay, God, please change me, rearrange me, mold me, transform me, all of that, they're going to stay that way, and that's a sad reality. That's a sad
Yeah. Yeah.
reality. Yeah.
Yeah, so that's my last part. I hope that you guys enjoy your day. I hope
He
that
did.
you guys will put this into practice. I hope it
Yes.
works out for some of you. I hope that you guys are, if
Yes.
you're in them, that you're developing exit plans, like I mentioned.
Yes.
And I
Yes.
hope that you're
All
doing
and
the right
more.
things.
Yes, exactly. Thank you so much again, and I know the people will be released from these bonds, from these strongholds, and we pray that God will do a transformation on their hearts and that God has convicted them, not only the person who's in the relationship, but the narcissist who may be watching this video right now. So we just thank you.
That's
Thank you
true.
so much.
That's true.
Blessings to everyone, and we will see you again on Serving Purpose Podcast. Wow, I hope you listened to the end. It was epic, wasn't it? Now, I hope you've learned. I hope you downloaded all of the symptoms. I hope you clicked on the links regarding these journals here that you can purchase to find out more about where you are in your relationship and is it going on the right track, or is your relationship with yourself, are you on the right track? Now, let me tell you something. These two videos need to go out pronto to 10 people plus. Just forward it. Go on your WhatsApp list and just click. Just say, hey, send these out to people you know. We need healing. We need transformation. Thank you so much for listening. I have quite a few more epic interviews coming and sessions, and let us all learn together. Let's grow together. Thank you. God bless, and we'll see you soon.